Hi, I'm Riz. Let's go ahead and open some cards together today. First thing to say is, again, thank you for the continued support and appreciation and comments on the posts. It's been so nice to have so many of you come by and just say nice things to me and say you're enjoying the vibe and so on. One thing I've recognized as I'm going ahead and opening packs with us, talking along, is I ask a whole bunch of questions. And some of you have done amazing work at answering basically every single one of them. I worried though that my question asking might seem overwhelming, so I actually want to start today's little show, little opening video here with one specific question. And that's this. As many of you know, I often show some cards at the beginning. I've pulled it other times. About a month and a half ago, I opened some Bloom Burrow packs, and in them I found these two cards. Chatterfang the Squirrel General, a legendary creature who has Forest Walk, which I understand means if the opponent has a forest land, the Chatterfang cannot be stopped. It cannot be blocked at all. And then more tokens! All become green squirrels. And then if you want to, you can, oh my gosh, kill squirrels in order to give a creature plus X minus X. So you kill 3 squirrels, you get plus 3 damage, minus 3 damage. Minus 3 health, rather. Is it possible to use Chatterfang as the star of Baby's first deck? Along with that, we have the Squirrel Mob. The Squirrel Mob also gets +1/+1 for each other squirrel on the battlefield. Chitter, 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 you're already surrounded. Could I build my very first deck out of these two characters? If so, give me some suggestions. I know that about half of it has to be lands, so would I want to have, I don't know, 20 or so forests? How does this work? Any suggestions you have for how to think about that kind of deck? Any suggestions for cards I should look into? Any suggestions for if this deck is playable for a brand new player like me? I would love to know. I'm guessing it has some real weaknesses. Maybe there's a card that says immune to squirreldom. I don't know. What are squirrels afraid of? Maybe moving cars. Not sure. Anyway, I'd appreciate you looking into your Chatterfang possibilities and tell me more about that. As usual, we do have 4? No, we have 5 decks of cards to open, 4 of them right here, and then 1 special one at the end. It's not super special, it's my first time opening one of them, so if you want a little hint though, think orange. Orange is coming real soon. And also I do want to mention that over the weekend I'll be putting up a different kind of video than the ones we've done so far. I will be opening some Japanese bulk cards. I know almost nothing about Magic, as you know, and so we'll be opening and learning and looking at things and just see what it's like. And in the process, maybe we'll learn some Japanese words together. We'll see. Alright, the order today is 1 Tarkir, 1 play, 1 collector, 1 play, and then on to the mystery pack. So what do we get first? What are we looking for today? I don't know. Hopefully some dragons. If I pull at least 1 dragon, I'll be a very happy person. Also, my camera has no idea what to do with its autofocus. I apologize, camera. I should mention that I'm having so much fun making these videos that I did order a proper iPhone holder that will be here tomorrow or the day after. Also, I ordered proper playmats. You know, just look at my weird little desk here, but we'll see. All right, here's the top. I think we started at the back on these ones. Can't quite remember. So number 1, we have for ourselves a Tempest Hawk. When the creature deals damage to a player, you may get more Tempest Hawks. I wonder how many Tempest Hawks a deck should have. Should it be literally nothing but Tempest Hawks and enough mana to get the first one going? And then just Hawks all the way through, endless Hawks? Oh, sounds great. Beyond that, we have the Worthy Cost. Oh my goodness, throwing oneself into the mouth of the dragon there. You exile a target or planeswalker, can't come back. Victory is survival is the tenet that guides us. My love, know that I will always ensure survival, says Duvir, the Mardu warrior in her final letter, sacrificing herself for, well, her family maybe, someone beloved. What a lovely feeling that is. Beyond that, a Rugged Highlands. I think this is one of the standard pieces of land there, but I think we've seen here before comment about, well, fight the Temur, we do not want to profane their places. What a lovely sentiment that is. You'll fight if you have to, but you let the culture persist as best you can. Beyond that, we have a Sagu Pummeler. For a moment, I thought this was a large animal standing in the maw of a crocodile or alligator. I think instead it's just on a tree. Maybe the tree's coming alive to crush the old pummeler there. Like talking to a Grokmaul, Tarkir expression meaning a failure of diplomacy. very hard to talk with a creature that just wants your blood, on every other part of you too. Then we have the Krumar Initiate. I don't know who Krumars are. We see, though, that if you... Oh boy, lots of things here. If you pay X life and tap some mana, the creature endures X. Oh, I meant to look what endurance meant. It does say here, it's something involving more plus. Regardless, welcome! The spirits of House Emesh whispered to Senal. Semel, sorry. Welcome, newest sprout of our kin tree. Oh my, the Krumar Initiate gives up so much in order to learn so much too. Then the Bone Cairn Butcher appears to have many arms, all the better to chop you with, my dear. In power, in hungry, in cruelty, insatiable. Not the kind of guy I'd like to meet in a back alleyway, or I suppose the deli counter, either way. It's like that Mickey Rourke film, The Wrestler, right? When wrestling goes bad, you go work as a butcher. When the Bloodhouse Cairn goes bad, on you go to the local Kroger Deli. The Mardu Monuments, a place of entering your library, searching for mountains, plains, otherwise, able to pull out the mana you need, apparently. Whoops, that's upside down, I apologize. Must all stay in one direction. The organization demands it. Oh, speaking of organization, I have found so much satisfaction in alphabetizing my cards. I realize this is like very basic kindergarten level work, the Bloodborne Dragon, but just seeing that like the Cairn fellow goes behind the boulder board, B to C. This is very relaxing. I've been spending my evenings, watching a little YouTube, talking to my wife, and organizing cards. Is this the first sign of a Magic the Gathering problem? We'll see. The Dragon Scholars want to ask the question, what is a dragon? So many dragons in this set. As I mentioned, hey, we succeeded in our poll. We did get a dragon. Then the Roiling Dragon Storms. When an enchantment enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card. So you can replace, I guess you can discard the same card you just drew, or you can get rid of one that's not so useful. In every biome of Tarkir, the storms spew forth dragons well suited to dominate. The Dragon Convention. Hopefully the time dealer doesn't drag on. That said, look at this. The special Dragon Land. In the Eye of the Dragon, we find a swamp. Very cool. I like this one. I think I like this one. It was very, very cool. We then get to our more rarer cards, I believe. Number 1, the Dragonologist. At the Dragon Convention, we study the dragons, but what is the dragon? A human wizard. When the creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of the library. You may reveal an instant, a sorcery, or a dragon, and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom. So it's a way of getting yourself some dragons. And then untapped dragons, so dragons you do not use, have hexproof. Can't take any spells against them. Alright, dragon fetching, dragon defending, it's all dragon all the time. Except the Canopy Gargantuan. Are you actually dragon? Are you plant dragon? By the power of green, I am nature. Its very presence forces nature to adapt. It is flying. It is indeed a dragon. I was tricked. I thought it was a plant, but instead a dragon, or both. How many times have I had dragon already? Too many. The Herd Heirloom. Sorry, the Herd Heirloom. I don't know how to pronounce. The Herd Heirloom. A fancy artifact. What's it do? So it adds a mana. You can only use that to cast onto creatures. And then also... Is it then also, or when you spend the mana, when you tap, you have to decide which one you want to do? Is it both and, or an either or? The other one, though, is until the end of the turn, a target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample. Whenever the creature deals combat damage, draw a card. So it'll rush through to the player, draw a card, and do a little bit more damage on power 4, so maybe a big hit then. The Stadium Headliner, oh my goodness, a Goblin Warrior dancing about, ready to contribute to a battle, or maybe this is, I don't know, one of the backup singers for the Rolling Stones in late life. Can't get no satisfaction. Okay, what do you do anyway? You sacrifice the creature, it deals damage to the number of creatures you control a target creature. So get a bunch of creatures out there, then have him go boom. I didn't say him. Maybe it's a them. We'll see. Then, Parination. I do not know that word at all. Parination. It is a sorcery. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter and an indestructible counter on it. Huh. So you bring something back that's already died, and it's much less destructible than before. It's like, that Japanese skill of Kitsuge, is that what it's called? Kintsuge? Can't remember the concept there. You take the old and broken thing and put it back together with gold. Is that someone's head exploding, though? That's a little bit too hot for YouTube, though. Not quite sure. Anyway, Paranation, and then we get a little soldier there, a little soldier action. When I was a kid, I would have loved to dress up like that guy. Definitely some Ren Fair action going on in that one. Fantastic. All right, that is group number 1. We now move on to our play booster number 1 of 2. Also, I think that once I get the iPhone holder set up, I won't bump my pile of books quite so much. Maybe once I have the iPhone set up on something other than my pile of books, I'll be able to show you what books they've been sitting upon. So you might expect it's all philosophy all the time. If you don't know that, I teach philosophy. That's what I'm doing over here in Japan. And I stream, I do philosophy game, etc. Here we go! Our play pack, the Feral Death Gorger. My goodness. So it is indeed a dragon, but if you told me it was a spirit of pure evil, I would not be surprised. Wow, disgusting, disgusting. The Trader Envoy, much friendlier. It is a dog soldier. It is a dog. I think there's some idiom about dog soldiers. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know Plato, the great philosopher, here we go, says that the soldiers of his ideal city must be as dogs, loyal to the friend and vicious to the enemy. Love that, love that. When a creature enters, draw a card if you control a creature with a counter on it. Good thing we know how to make many counters. That'll go very well then. Focus the Mind. We've seen this one previously. A little dancing character who costs less to cast our spells. So more spells, more good. In some measure, I don't know how to say which cards are good and which are bad. I watched another YouTube Magic the Gathering pack opening. I went very, very fast through them. And said things like, oh, this card is too slow. And I guess I get that. Like, its effect requires too much setup. You only have so many turns. But I guess I wonder how many rounds the normal Magic game. I know some people are trying to get like 4 cards in hand in Big Win. Has the average game sped up? I know the few times I've played it back in my teens, it went on for quite a while. We really played our way through basically our entire decks. I guess it doesn't work that way anymore when you carefully construct your decks. The Mardu Devotee. So Mardu. Ashig's companion stood watch. Alright, so Mardu's out there keeping an eye on things for us. Scrying 2. So scry means to look at the top 2 cards and put any numbers on the bottom, the rest on top. So you can pull 2 out and reorganize them. Meticulous Artisan. Costing so much more money on that fancy cheese and bread. You say artisanal, it's absolutely wonderful. Doing the thing is the point. Making the thing just right. Next, the Duceit Earth Carver. What kind of carving are they doing? Yeah, they're pulling back the plant, pulling back the roots. Created by sudden sinking, Duceit Forest attracts Earth Carvers eager to explore its mysteries and test their magic. As reach, when the creature enters, endures 3, so it gets +1/+1/+1, or makes a white spirit creature token. I think when I first played, or last played Magic years and years ago, the token thing was nothing. I think tokens may become much more common. I don't remember them at all back then. I know of token decks from various other games and how tokens might work. You know, you have little trash mobs to help you out, but I think it's a newer mechanic compared to the ancient bit I know. The Summit Intimidator. If you try to get up there, you're in bad shape. Amazed this creature even needs a spear with those pointy ears and pointy tusks. The Yathan Tomb Guard. So at the summit there's a guard, at the tomb there's a guard. Archon would grant you clemency. She is naive. And unfortunately for you, she's also not here. Oh no, she is the law. Oh, at the frontier, oh, here we go. I know how to say this word. Is it bivouac? Bivouac, possibly? Bivouac? Oh boy. I know some of your military will correct me immediately, or you're French. Either way, it's got a warm fire of fresh catch. The hunters find respite even in the coldest climate. How did they get the wood? Where'd they find that wood? Seems suspicious to me. A Sun Pearl Kirin. I know Kirin is the name of a beer here in Japan. Kirin's the name of a beast. Much like that one, I assume. If you go look at Kirin beer, you probably find exactly that. If I were a competent YouTuber, I'd put a picture here for you to see, but no competency at all. Alright, the Essence Anchor. Oh man, this fellow's ripping up his chest much like Iron Man. He got his heart in there. Or it's like Shell's Portals. What's on the other side? You can create a black zombie druid creature token, and you can surveil. Check out your top card to keep there or to get rid of. Oh my goodness, who's this? Oh, looking very Indian indeed. The Rot Curse Rakshasa. Rakshasa. May have seen him before, I don't recall, but I remember having trouble mispronouncing a name like that previously. With so many arbs, is able to renew. Exile his card from the graveyard, put a decayed counter on each of X target creatures, activate only the sorcery. Huh. Decayed, new word. Sounds unpleasant, but appears to be a buff. Good. Meticulous Artisan. Were there 2 Meticulous Artisans in one pack? Should I complain now? Possibly. The Swiftwater Cliffs. And lastly, our Zombie Druid. I think we may have gotten both a foil of that card and one other non-foil one. Alright, Collector Booster number 2. This is going to be the big hit. I like saying the word hit. I'm not sure why exactly. I wonder where hit came from first. Like, one can imagine in poker, you hit the card you want to. In other, like, carnival games, you hit things. Yeah, why did hit come for opening trading cards? And why I feel desire to say it. I promise on this stream, on this video, you will never hear even an unironic, let's go boys, let's go. This one, I believe, we open upside down again. So, number 1. The Fortress Kingard, another dog soldier out there. I'm now wondering, could we have a power word good boy card? All dogs get +1/+1. Wind-scarred crag. Looks very unpleasant, but I'd love to see it at least once. Except I think it's a bunch of dead bodies. Never mind, we're not going there. We don't go to Ravenholm. The Durgar Island Dragon. Again, looking majestic, but crushing someone. Are there not any friendly dragons? Alex Straza, the friendly dragon I miss so much. Heritage Reclamation. With an echoing crash, the effigy fell, the symbol of Autarka's tyranny expunged from Temerlands. I like this. The dragon culture must be respected. We then have Corroding Dragonstorm. As it casts down poison everywhere, destroying everything. I guess this is the part of the reclamation no one likes to see. When Dragon Control enters, return its champion to its owner's hand. When it enters initially, the opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Oh, could one use this repeatedly in one turn? So you cast this, you put a dragon in, you cast this, you put a dragon in repeatedly in hopes of being able to like chunk off more and more life. I guess I don't know how much life one should attempt to take in a turn. Probably depends on what exactly your deck is doing, but like chip damage. Chip damage is a good idea. After that, we have ourselves the Descendant of Storms. Who's your mother? I don't know. It must be the wind. Wasn't that the comment some like guard made in Skyrim? Must have been the wind. Now we know what he meant. The most elite of the Obzon are selected to join the Yathon. Prestigious group acting outside Khan supervision for the good of the clan. So these are the ones who say the Khan would want this, but I want, and so I am the Lar. Very good. Are they wearing pants? Yeah, I think those are green pants, legs spread, legs splayed wide. We then have 2 of them, sorry. We have the Tarkir Guardian. I think we've seen this character previously, but I don't think we've seen this particular artwork with the bright red cape, as if it's Superman. Alright, on we go to the Stormshriek Feral. It seems that most of the dragons have flying, no great surprise there. But the spell here allows you to discard a card and then draw 2 more. So trading those cards in for even more. Then the Riling Dawnbreaker. It's so ridiculous to me. This is a common card but looks so amazingly cool. I understand there's alternate art for lots of things in Magic these days, but I want this to count. This great rhinoceros must count for more than merely common with its 3/4 abilities. Alright, hey, another one of the dragon manas this time. This one, the island. We saw the swamp before. Hey, this is perfect though. The island. I guarantee I'm not the first video to make that joke, and if I am, it's my joke forever. When you play that card in the future, I hope you say island. Get it? Island. Another one of the Erd heirlooms, the herd heirlooms. There it is. A different graphic this time, but once again, able to stop from being blocked, any creature, and get a little bit of health back so doing. Then the colossal Grave Reaver. Immediately, where is its face? Is it covered in plague cysts? Wow. Oh, it's disgusting. It's ripping up the ground. Oh, Grave Reaver. Then the inevitable defeats. Someone's throwing a net. Spell can't be countered. Exile some non-land permanents. We then have the Sage of the Skies. I believe we've seen this one previously. A human monk who's flying. That's craziness. Seems like not a real skill. And last one for today is Nature's Rhythm. I don't think I've seen this previously. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. Alright. Is this a good card? I don't know. But it allows you to go find a particular creature if you have one of only that value in there, and bring it out, despite it being lost in the graveyard perhaps. It's a pretty shiny card. I promise after this video is done, I will immediately go look up what Harmonize means in this game. Every time I say it, I say, oh, I gotta look that one up. I know Harmonize in musical context. I know about the harmony of all things. In nature, I get it. Like, some things die, some things live. Nature is red in tooth and claw, but what is Harmonize here? I'll look into that one, I promise, very soon. And lastly, a Spirit token, the Spirit Fights, and the Spirit Fights even more. Resplendent there. None shall pass. Very good, very good. Alright, I keep putting the tokens off to the side and nothing else. I apologize. I feel like this giant pile is not treating the cards respectfully, but I don't know the best way to treat them respectfully. I don't mind it so much. As long as it's not getting bent, as long as it's not getting all messed up, perhaps it's A-okay. Alright, our last play pack, and then on to the orange thing. As always, I want to say thank you for being here. I guess like every other YouTuber, I should say, hey, if you're enjoying it, consider throwing a subscription thing down below. Just push that little button and, I don't know, show that you heart me, maybe? Not sure, not sure. The Champion of Doosan, a human warrior. Doosan boxing matches allowed contestants no weapons, no allies, and no excuses. Oh my. That said, that belt looks like a weapon. I can imagine some goofy silliness there. The Agent of Kotis. I trust Narset. I do not trust those she keeps counsel with, says Kotis. Kotis is against Narset's people. I like your outfit. Very stealthy. Are you wearing a fedora? One moment. Okay, not a fedora. I'm okay with you again. The Dragon Mac Lancer. Someone finally got those good-for-nothing dragons to be useful for something. We then have the Fire Rim form and an aura. Flash happens very quickly. When the aura enters, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn, and then enchanted creature gets +2/+0. So make a creature stronger. Dragon's Prey there. There's a spearman on the back. I like imagining various cards piling up. Like we need a dragon in between, and the dragon right on top, and some warrior down below. Make a giant pile or sandwich of cards here. Snakeskin Veil. Seen that one before. Confuse people by the power of serpentine movement. The Unburied Earth Carver. Earlier we saw an Earth Carver who was working in the forest. This one has not gotten buried yet. Unless you see my spirit join the kin tree, never assume me so unprofessional as to die on the job. Says Ezcool of House Zonhar. I think I need to make a giant family tree, or spreadsheet maybe, that connects all the lore. Perhaps that's what this channel is going to become. Endless lore conversation. The Reputable Merchant. Okay. So, the Reputable Merchant has used a tortoise as its steed and also as its store. That's not how turtles work. I mean, right. In this world of magic and dragons, let me complain about this one thing. Alright, turtles, 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 dried durian from the Marang River Valley, candied cherries from the slopes of Kori, genuine dragon scale cookware. We've seen a Marang River dragon, we've also seen a Kori blade, so I love seeing the various names coming together. But poor turtle, this turtle needs a name. I don't know, if you want to give a name, please let me know. Another Corroding Dragonstorm. Again, that purple coming on down. A Mammoth Bellow. 5/5 green elephant comes to get you. 5/5, one for each of its protuberances. The 4 tusks and the 1 trunk. Oh, speaking of which, earlier today I saw a delightful little video that showed that elephants use their trunks to wipe their eyes, in the same way we might use our hands to wipe our eyes. Speaking of which, 2 days ago I wiped some hot sauce with my eyes. Not a good call by any means. The Right of Renewal. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from the graveyard to your hand. I wonder how many decks, or what kind of decks, will do the work of bouncing cards back and forth between their graveyard and their hand over and over again. Like, probably some zombie deck, I assume, but it's striking to me that that would be a very frustrating kind of play to play against, because, haha, I killed it. No, you didn't. Oh, necromancers. We then have a united battlefront. We all get together, the forces uniting, like the end scene of that Avengers movie, the Assemble, the Rhino, the Dragon. Where's Tony Stark? Second Tony Stark reference today. Defibrillating currents. Electricity everywhere. A small shock to save a life, a large one to take it away. I'm sure I've seen at least one Jason Bourne film which they've used a defibrillator as a weapon. The Tranquil Cove. Another little land there. Gain 1 life when using it. And lastly, the Copy. Copies of Copy of Copy. And the Monk on their side. Fantastic! There are 4 Tarkir for today. As I said, it is now time to add something I have not done previously. Only earlier today did this box arrive at the home. It's one I want to do later in the show. I think it's time to get some Kid Rock going, because I'm a cowboy, baby. The Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I know absolutely nothing about the set except that is a cowboy, and I like cowboys. So I don't know if it's a well-regarded set. I know it came out, about a year ago maybe? And man, I'm a fan of cowboys. Cowboys and knights. These were the imaginary of young Riz out there. Alright, number 1 side failing. Let's do number 2 side. And these intermission between packs, I always feel my hands are far too large. Like, it's a weird thing to recognize I'm making a video of, like, here's my hand being largely unable to open this thing. Uh-oh. Alright, we gotta pull it back, do it here. Alright, with that in place, we can now do this one. These are definitely the most hardy packs we've had thus far. Hardy. Which way is this one going to work? How do we find our cowboys in this particular kind? Okay, this side's a token, so I'm guessing behind the treasure token, there'll be a special card. So we'll go backwards again. Are we right in so doing? Yes, we'll be on the common. Steer clear. Oh, dear. Alright, cowboy-based puns. All about it. Instant Steer Clear does 2 damage to a target attacking or blocking. Steer Clear does 4 damage to that creature instead if you control the mount as you cast a spell. Alright, so if you are on horseback, you do bonus damage. Yeehaw! Just because you can saddle a critter doesn't mean it'll let you ride. Anti-Flash. What if Anti-Flash is the Flash enhancement? Card text? Whatever we call it. Number 2, the Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Do those tumbleweeds have feet? Oh, I don't like that at all. Or hands? Oh, I think the trick of the light, but still, it's very displeasing. Also, if you said they were meatballs, I wouldn't doubt you. Spree! So the spree allows one of these 2 things to happen. Either you search for a library to find yourself a land or a desert, or you create a big old green elemental. Imagine a tumbleweed rolling about everywhere. We then have Creosote Heath. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters, does 1 damage to the opponent. So standard land, I believe, but the sunset and Spine Gully sure make the soul question why bother with cities. The Pioneer Journal of Big Ralph. Yeah, I grew up in the Midwest, a fairly rural area, and so getting out there and seeing the wide expanse, there's really beauty about all that nature. But why do we live in the cities? Because we enjoy taking showers. The Sterling Supplier. This person is not keeping their things inside of a tortoise, unfortunately. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on another target you control. The Sterling Company can always rely on him to bring the thunder. Got that big old gun along with delivering the mail. Next up, we have Karum the Violent Cacophony. Alright, some kind of electric technician, maybe? Like Doc Brown in the third Back to the Future film. Concerned for the apprentice's welfare, Ludovic sent his greatest creation to make sure Geralt got into the right kind of trouble. So whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter onto this character and draw a card. It'd be great if you got some kind of like bonus for using Ludovic's apprentice with it, but I guess that would then tie down the decks too much. The Beast-Bound Outcaster. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature, draw a card. And then plotting. Oh my goodness. Plot 1. You may pay mana and exile the card from your hand. Cast it as a sorcery in a later turn without paying its mana cost. So you throw it away for now and then bring it back later. Surprise, surprise. Neutralize the guards. Some poison. Don't bother getting up. I'll see myself in. I think when I read these cards, I have to use some like absurd cowboy voice or else. Hey, an island. A little basic island there. Lovely waterfalls. Definitely a good fishing hole around that area. We then have, what's this? How does this work? It's a newspaper. So newspaper form, is this similar to the showcases in other decks we've seen? A sorcery. Destroy a creature. Or, if you discard this card, discard it into exile. When you do, you cast for madness cost or put it in the graveyard. So it's able to be brought back in again and used twice. I believe you pay more. Ackle disposes of would-be usurper. Sheriff tries to put the pieces together. I like this newspaper. That's kind of a fun way of presenting the card. Yeah, Prosperity Times. I would definitely be a subscriber to that piece. Another one, the Hindering Light. This one I believe is a foil. Counter target spells that targets you or permanent you control. So the word you here, I guess, means the player themselves. So what a permanent means. Alright, note to self. After the stream, after the video, we also look up the word permanent. So harmonize and permanent, the two words we need. Hats off. Quick thinking Sterling Merc. Merc, yeah. Puts a cap on surprise attack. Oh, love it. Quick thinking, hats off, cap. All these jokes. We then get Akul the Unrepentant. It appears to be a surprisingly showing up dragon. Don't you belong back in Tarkir? So using the power of laser beams, flying and trample, if you sacrifice 3 other creatures, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. You can do it only once per turn, but you can bring a friend in, like killing everything else. What an unfortunate person that is. We then have Annie joins up. Hey, is this Annie Flashland? Annie joins up. When Annie joins up, enters the battlefield, deals 5 damage to a target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. So planeswalkers are not creatures then. If a triggered ability of a legendary creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Trigger. One last job, then she can retire in peace. Oh no, if it's the last day on the job, I worry about Annie's future. After that we have, Crackling Spellslinger. Flash. When you enter the battlefield, if you cast it, the next instant sorcery you cast turn has Storm. We don't know what Storm is, but okay. More better, more good, casting together. Then, another newspaper piece, the Collective Defiance. So the whole town shows up to ride people out of the rail. Escalate. Pay the cost for the chosen below the first. So you can choose multiple of these if you pay more and more. Doing more and more damage. Oh, wait, 1 or more. So you can force people to discard all of the cards in their hand. So if you know someone's holding onto cards, watch out. But also, I guess you can clear your own hand. I love that. Beyond that, do damage and then do damage. Wow, alright, so the farmer's fighting well. Last card for now is the Colossal Rattleworm. Someone call, what's his name? Kevin Bacon. It's time for Tremors. The Colossal Rattleworm is a flash as long as you control a desert. We've just seen a desert. As Trample, and for 1 extra, you can X off the graveyard, search for a desert, and put it onto the battlefield tapped. It there being the desert, I guess. So trade in this giant Rattleworm 6/5 for a desert. Well, there you go. That's that. We went with Treasure and an Elemental. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you had a little fun looking at those 5 decks we need together. I tell you the most expensive and amazing cards are, but I don't know. That'll eventually not be true, but I think that's been our tagline for a while. Either that or watch me open packs. I'll spend the money so you don't have to. Either way, hope you enjoyed hanging out. We'll see you again real soon. Goodbye, friends.